Now
from now on, yeah.
Yeah. So now you guys get to showcase the exercise of the slow motion kick-up. Good work, guys. Nice, Albert. Albert, try to place your hands just a little bit closer towards yourself and see how that feels. All right, that's good. Nice. All right, Clara. Good. Try on your next few tries. Try to place your hands a little bit close towards yourself and see how that feels for you. I think that might be helpful as well. But you can try that for the next exercise because we're gonna progress this a little bit. All right. So same feeling of making this nice, slow, and smooth. But now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the same thing up towards one side, slow kick up, come up. Then when I come down, I'm gonna go straight into doing a slow kick up on the other side. All right. Now, you can do a few back and forth, but remember to take some breaks in between because otherwise you could just keep going forever. And we need a few breaks sometimes. All right. So feel it out and give it a try. All right. Very good, people. Now, this is going so well, we're just going to put a little bit of an extra thing on it right away. All right. So this is still just getting warm and getting a little bit of feeling for it, but this way of approaching, of playing around with the kick up is also just very nice for if we want to use the handstand or the entrance to the handstand in relation to anything dance acrobatics, right? Working on entering it through another movement. So we're going to do the same thing, but just now you can play a little bit with when you come down from your kick up and you're going to come over to the other side. You know, there's basically a million different ways you can get ready to get in on the other side. But for example, you can choose to go low and stay low as you get ready to do the kick up on the other side. Or you could choose to go very high up and over and get ready to do it on the other side. All right. So play around a little bit with it. Try to go very high, try to get very low and see if you can find something in the middle.
Doesn't matter.
That's good. Good job, Clara. No, but it was actually looking very good, but also the collapse was also good. All right, peeps. We're slowly going to move on. So this is looking good. Very nice, people. But also it's if you're not already doing it, it can be nice in like kind of the circus practice where we often want to combine a few different things. It can be very nice just to play around with the kick up just by putting something different before or after the kick up, right? We're just gonna brush up a little bit on. Remember last time we did the kneeling entrance from a hunter squat position. So the entrance from this position, the half kneeling position, where we go now, I'm going to do it in slow motion, right? So from this position, we're going to go up, kick up, come down, and now I'm ready to go at the same side again. All right. I could also choose to go up, change sides, and then do it on the other side. All right. So you're gonna either, and maybe also just to begin with, just do a few of the regular, entrance into the handstand from this position, and if that starts to feel nice and controlled, then I just want you to try to play around with, coming into a handstand. You're allowed to play around with, change the shapes a little bit, and then come out of the handstand in a way so you are ready to do the entrance from a hunter squat position again, but doing it in another direction or on the other side, playing around with how you get down and ready to go up through the hunter squat again. All right? Rock on. Good. Nice sequence, Andres. Look good. All right. Everybody, it's looking good. All right. So I have a little fun variation of an entrance up to a handstand. But before we do the new thing, we're just gonna, as a like pre thingy to get ready for it, we're gonna do a little bit of work on the cartwheel into handstand. All right. So the cartwheel into handstand, it's the way that it's for most people easiest to do it is not to do it completely as a straight, like a strict cartwheel. So I'm just going to show you. So first of all, we want it to be rather slow. That's going to make it more easy for us to control. And actually, I think last time we played around a little bit with the sideways press. So you can actually make it like completely without momentum, all right? But the main thing is that if I'm doing it, if I'm doing the cartwheel this way, then as I take a step forward, now I want my hands to not be in line with the foot, but be a little bit on this side, all right? That's gonna allow me to have a little bit more control and allow me to get into it with a little bit more of tight hips, which is gonna make it easier to catch the balance. All right, I'm gonna reach down, bring the leg up and over, and jump into place, all right? So basically, it's kind of an ugly cartwheel. And now in the beginning, just try to take it slow. Don't worry about getting completely up and balancing. I mean, you can try, but it's fine. It's more like this feeling of controlling it through the movement. If you can go slowly through the handstand, then you're also pretty close to being able to catch it in a handstand, all right? So slowly forwards to this side of the hands, lift the leg up. Oopsie. All right, yep. Give it a few tries. Good, Clara. Fine. Good, Albert. Very good. Hold it. Yes. All right, people. Not bad, Andres. Okay, we're gonna move on a little bit. Looking good with the cartwheel. We could also spend more time on this, but it's more fun to give you something extra to work on. Now, this next one is basically, no, it doesn't really, it might not seem in the movement like it relates much to each other, but there's some of the feeling of going into it that can be quite similar once you kind of find it. But it's the entrance is going from sitting down on the floor, one leg straight, the other bent, and now this side where I have my leg bent, I'm also going to have an arm in this side, right? So I'm going to enter my handstand standing with my back towards you guys now. All right. You can already start with your hands on the floor in the beginning. It's going to be a little bit more dramatic if you let the hand follow the movement on the way up. All right, but you can just start by doing it with the hands on the floor. And I'm just going to slow it in slow motion. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to lean over my hands, put my weight into it. This leg slip under. And then this is going to make the momentum for getting into it. Pushing off with this bent leg. And this leg is swinging out to the side. All right. So if I do it without the hand on the floor, then I can, make some big dramatic gesture with it as well. All right, try it out. It's just a fun little way to play around with the entrance. Good, Albert. All right. A quick small extra thing. It's just that you can also, the way that I showed it was that as I swing this leg through, I just let it swing, continue to swing out to the side. But you can also choose to swing in and then swing upwards into a regular one. All right. You can try both things out. Good. Very good, Clara. Stop. All right, people. We're going to move on, but you're going to have a chance to take these different entrances with you into the next exercise. All right. So I'm just going to show it with a regular kick-up, but you can use the, any of the kick-ups we've been playing around with today to get into it. So we're just going to spend some time working on this kind of sequence we worked with before. The one where we are going from the half pike thingy, rotating into the straddle, and possibly going all the way into the tuck before going out into the other way. All right. So what I want you to do is we're just going to do this one. If you have this pretty much on the control. Try to add a hit in. All right. And so like doing the exercise with the head in, trying to do the shape of these shape changes with the head in. And you can also, instead of doing the regular kick up, you can do one of these new weird kick ups that we've just been doing. All right? Right on, people. Give it a shot. Good, Albert. Albert?
Yes.
Can we try just going from this half pike position? And then instead of rotating into like a big straddle, we're just going to rotate into like, you know, a smaller straddle. So it's not completely up. It's still like a little bit of rotation. It's just not as, you know, super big. All right. And yeah, just give it a try. It almost looked like it was on purpose, Clara, but it was good save, very good save.
Fine.
Nice, Clara, very good. Hilda and Andres, can we try when we go from this position and into the tuck? Can we try, instead of going into the tuck, we just go into the like the Sasha Classic?
Yeah, we can try.
Yeah, and Hilda, can we try to do it with a straight back?
Yeah, we can try.
Nice. Maybe we'll try it first without, and if it goes well, we can always add it back in.
Yeah.
It's like a circle, but like you mix together.
Hey, Albert, can we do a few of just going into the straight? And if you catch the balance nicely, like I know you do, then we're just going to try to lower it down into the tuck. And if you catch the balance nicely, and you know, I have faith in you, and we're just going to try to straighten back up.
Worked surprisingly well with the straddle and switch.
Yeah, I saw it. It looks good.
Handstand, push up, kiss, squat. Handstand, push up.
He's gonna space friends. They're both gonna break.
Great work.
Because we never do it. I never work.
What do you do?
But you work with them. No. This is not the scratch.
Very good, Clara. Good, good, good. All right, people. We have. Let me just see, Albert.
Let's move. Why would you do that to someone?
That's good. All right, people. We have 15 minutes left. We're gonna go. If you have time, at least if you want to, we can go 10 minutes past. I think that's only fair. Yeah. I was just thinking that if you have anything specific that you would like to work on, then you have a chance to let me know. We can always look into that. Otherwise, I was thinking that we're going to do a few levels. I think, but we might continue working on some shape changes unless you have something else. But I think for the rest of you guys, we could like do some, start working a little bit on playing with getting into the 7 or the 4 position. Do you know that one? It's basically a 7, but with a slight arch. We try to get the pike upwards. So I was just thinking it might be nice to get some cues for a new exercise, so you have more things to play around with on your, not on your own, but with also the other teachers and stuff. But also, if you have anything in particular that you think it would be nice to work on, then we can easily do that as well.
4 is nice.
4 is nice.
Let's stick to numbers.
Cool.
Yeah.
So before we start to get into actually getting into the 4 position, let's just do a few 7s, so a few pikes, but we try to get into it the Hilda way. All right, so just arch away into it.
Arch away, bitches.
Exactly. Try to, I mean, it's very nice if you think that you got try to do the arch also by pushing the chest out. Opening the shoulders and pushing the chest out. Keep looking down at your hands. All right. And actually, people. Clara? If you want to, you can start just by doing it in a tuck. So you're not trying to go into a Mexican. You're just trying to arch a little, kind of into the tuck and using that to allow you to get into it. And from there, trying to straighten your legs into a slightly archy pike thing. All right. Good. Albert? Albert, my man. Can we try the same thing we're doing before, but just have the wall behind you? All right, so, you know, the same thing we've done a few times before. We're thinking that the wall is there, we're trying not to use it. All right, but if you need to use it, just use it to rebalance, because we want to get the feeling of balancing in the full and then going down into the tuck position. All right, and also I want you to do a few into the full and go into and try to go into the tuck, and a few will go into the tuck, find the balance, and try to go into the full.
Okay.
Right on.
There's supposed to be a drive up there.
You have the mobility.
Should I?
Nice. All right. All right. So let's move on slowly. Helen, Andres, and Clara.
I can keep working.
Yeah, that's fine, Clara. So it's going to be slightly different between the two of you, what you should probably focus on. All right. So for you, Andres, it's probably going to be more like you're going to think about changing between thinking about trying to stick your chest out and trying to lift the legs a little bit. All right. Sticking chest out, lifting legs a little bit. And we're talking like it's going to feel like a centimeter at a time, slowly, slowly, slowly. All right. Because right now in your 7 position, you're doing too much of a good 7.
That's me trying to open my shoulders.
Yeah, that's good. And I mean, that's very nice. You can also allow, you know, if you can get the feeling of that, then it's okay to, you know, to arch a little bit further up the back as well.
Yeah.
That's completely fine. Hilda, you have such a nice curve. So I think for now, actually, it's going to be a little bit of the same, but you're not going to have to, you know, just lift the legs a little bit at a time. And you're probably not going to have to worry as much about opening up further, but you should just get the feeling of either you don't need to change anything once you lift the legs a little bit, or maybe you're going to have to open up just a little bit. All right? Try to just lift the legs a centimeter at a time and just make sure that you're not like closing back in together.
And should I go there from a tuck, or do you have any preference for it?
No, I think you're no, just from the 7 position. Right? So just slowly, actually, because you have the nice arch in your back. Actually, your arch right now in the 7 position is very deep. It's nice. So it's basically just about moving the arch a little bit while lifting the legs up into place.
Yeah.
And trying to get them diagonal.
Yeah. But first, in the first place, we're just going to try to lift them slightly, find control, slightly more, find control.
I'm gonna be diagonal. You gonna be vertical.
I mean, fancy word like this.
Yeah. Good, Albert. Very good. Good, Hilda.
And that's correct. It's not Or
Actually, you're gonna have to do one more for me, Hilda, because I didn't see all of it. Because I also noticed that Clara was doing a nice 7 now.
Very slow. What you gonna talk about?
Hey, Clara, this was a good one now. One you just did.
That's nice. Thank you.
Welcome. Good. Keep the arch, Andreas. Keep the arch. Good. Yeah. But it's good, Andreas. Yeah. Slowly. Good. That's nice, Hilda. So your legs were kind of like in this angle now, which is nice. Yeah. And to be able to get them the final few degrees while keeping the arch, you're gonna have to push your chest out a little further as you lift the legs the last few centimeters. Okay. Yeah. And it's basically like when we're in the 7 position, then we can make a very big arch and we can keep our shoulders straight over our hands while also maintaining this arch, because you know our legs are working as a counterweight. Yeah. But as we lift the leg, then we're gonna have to push our chest and our shoulders also a little bit out of line with the hands. All right. And that's also where the balance is gonna get a little bit weird, because suddenly things are gonna get a little bit closer to the Mexican.
Like pushing to the stomach side.
Yeah.
Like pushing even further.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good, Clara. The position is good. Andreas, it's looking very good.
I cannot go.
2 seconds. Good, Hilda. Good.
Oh, it's like so on the edge, and I have all the weight here.
Yeah, and it's very common, as you know, as you do this kind of arches also in the Mexican, the weight is going to move further down towards this side of the palm. And of course, you have to be mindful of, because for some people it can be a little bit hard on the wrist. For some people, it's like, for me personally, for example, it actually feels a lot less hard on the wrist. Yeah. But the way you're doing it now is very good. Now you're keeping the arch as you're lifting the legs. Super good, Hilda.
Get all the way up.
Sorry, what?
The aim is to get like this with the legs, right?
Yeah, that would be like the textbook. And right now you're like somewhere around here, but it's good.
It's funny because it's hard to realize where your legs are, because I've been doing so much the 7, so I'm like, I go to my almost limit, and that's like almost here. Yeah. But then now it's like no idea where the legs are. It's just like it's tough. It's even tougher. I hope the legs are higher. Yeah.
But it's actually very similar to, at least for most people, when they start to learn the 7, where they feel like, okay, now I'm even, and then they're here, right? I mean, it was the same for me when I was starting. It's just like, it's a new position. It's so weird to judge where you are. Andreas?
Yeah.
Basically, you're doing a pretty good job at the technical aspects and keeping it. So there is still a little bit more to squeeze out of your flexibility. It's just like you have to, at some point, we're going to have to allow our, like if this is your stomach side, we're gonna have to allow our, this is your shoulders and this is your hands.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to allow our shoulders to move slightly this way.
Yeah.
And it's not gonna be too much, but it's gonna be like close to the point, you know, as we lift our legs and we get closer to the top, we're gonna have to be, you know, allow ourselves to push the chest that last bit out. And it's not, doesn't necessarily have to make your arch bigger, but this pushing your chest or your shoulders on this side of your balance is going to allow you to keep the amount of arch that you have in the beginning of the movement.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I'm moving like the belly part forwards, but like the shoulders are stuck there. But I can try to squeeze that.
Yeah, good.
That you're gonna do the head.
Yeah.
Good, 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 good. Good job, people. Andreas, that was very lovely.
Yeah, I really helped to the shoulders.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that was like magical a little bit.
All right, short break, Clara. See if you can avoid getting annoyed.
One thing that was okay. When you bring the legs more here, you have more weight on the fingers. Because now your legs are also on the side of the chest. So like either
Clara, I always have this rule for myself that if I miss two, sometimes I go up to three. If I miss 3 times in a row on something that I feel like I should be doing, then I have to take 20 to 30 seconds break before I'm allowed to try again.
Okay.
And it's just because it's so easy to get annoyed when you feel like you should be doing it, and then you're not able to make a good effort.
You're talking too much here. What did you say?
They said that, you know, if you miss a few things in a row that you feel like you should be able to do, it's so easy to get frustrated, and then you're not able to do it, and then you get even more angry. Yeah. So it's just nice to like force yourself to take a few breaks and yeah, reset the mind. Go to your happy place.
Mm.
18, 17, 55, 40, 30, 30, 25, 20, 15.
But nice, Hilda. Now your shoulders are moving in the direction that you need to move in. That's good.
Yeah.
Can you do the same with me? 90, 90, 90, 90.
Use the shoulders. So good.
You have it at like 5. Yeah. But it's like, I cannot.
Great job. All right, people. I think that seems like a good note to wrap things up on. All right.
If Bye.
Good. Okay, just before we like wrap up, I just want to say, Albert, the handstand, it's so good. You have nice control. You have, I think, if you open up slightly more at the hips, it's like you have like now we had a tiny pike, which is gonna keep your balance going towards your stomach side. And now when you opened up, it was a little bit too violent, and you got the overbalance. So see if you can just get into it and just think about opening slightly more.
I managed to do it once.
I'm
sorry.
This is up and zoom.
I managed to do that.
I managed to do it once without touching the wall, going up.
Yeah.
Let him speak.
Going up the straight and going down to tuck and going up again without using the wall whatsoever.
Nice, man. I think I actually saw that one. But it's very good. And you should also definitely start playing around with these shape changes because that's the next thing. And the full and the pike is starting to look better. So that's nice. All right, people. But I guess that's it for this time. Thank you for such an...
Everything.
My handstands have improved a lot.
Mine
since
too.
these
Mine
classes.
so.
Oh, that's so...
No, but I'm
That's
gonna
so
use
nice
for
to hear.
your stretching classes. I'm gonna use them no matter what from now on.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds great.
And I was like, yeah, actually, we're gonna remove the access because.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put like a paywall on now. But
$2 per view.
yeah. All right, but it's nice that you guys feel also that your handstands are improving because I think also, especially this group, because you guys have been very regular. It's also been very obvious for me, and that's very cool to be able to follow that progression and see that development.
No, it's super nice with these new exercises. For example, this 4 and the
No,
and like this and like things that I haven't tried
yes,
before.
things we don't do at all in these
Yeah.
classes.
Because normally it's presses and 1 hours.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's also a balance because, I mean, it's nice to have a few new things that are fun, but it's also going to be a lot of grinding, right, with the handstands. But then you get to do that on your own time, the boring, grindy stuff.
Love it.
All right. I don't think I'm going to say much more other than it's been a huge pleasure and it's been so nice having you guys. All right.
Agreed.
Agreed. I feel like we have been hanging out for like 4 months.
Yeah.
Twice.
Yeah, I feel the same way. It's almost been like being a little bit of part of the place, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And hopefully I'll be able to come visit at some point, and maybe also come see the ending show. That would be so nice.
But it has made a big difference to have your classes because we haven't had so many like taught classes
Not at all.
during the springtime, or it's always open training.
Yeah. You're sort of
And
like the
it's-
only classes we've had basically.
Yeah.
That feels like someone put an effort.
Yeah, and thought about like what do we have? Yeah, or it's very noticeable that you have been thinking about them like in advance and you're very structured, which is super nice. Because sometimes you come into a class here and it's like, so I don't know. So it's super nice. You're very structured.
Yeah. Oh, but I'm glad that you appreciate that. Yeah. Oh, you guys.
Yeah.
All right, people. Well,
So who's hanging up first? No, you hang up.
no, you guys did. No, but
Heart.
Heart, put a heart.
But what's the point when you
Yeah.
oh, you guys.
Now we can go.
Okay, bye.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
Bye, guys. Have a nice day. Take care.